pull something. I feel it.
All right, you keep your eyes sharp and ready for anything. And your boys are keeping eyes on the two people across the street. Go ahead and bring them out. Layer, token layer. And they get red dots because they're evil. There we go. They're out on the streets. All right, Francis, you are stepping into the police station. The Tracoda PD.
Okay, so I called in earlier regarding a possible gang-related altercation in Eastwood, but now we know it's definitely going to be happening, as well as some sort of weapon shipment. So, who could I contact that would be in charge of that sort of thing? I guess I should speak to the commissioner. Seems like large enough that it might be a issue.
Yes, indeed. You can speak to Commissioner Garfield Wallace, a shrew.
Okay.
He is at his desk dealing with a little bit of paperwork, and when you arrive, he looks up and notices you and goes, "Oh yeah, come in. You're the bureau guy, right?"
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about you. They've been making a bunch of requests to me just to get this packet ready for you here.
Oh, really? What's in there? You don't mind me asking?
Well, all the obvious stuff, all the gang head honchos we're keeping an eye on, whole bunch of missing people's cases. It's only like half done right now, but I'll mail it out to you when it's ready.
All right,
Maybe you just drop by for it.
Yes, but on the subject of gang violence, he's going to kind of take off his hat and kind of start passing it between his hands.
Oh yeah, I scrambled some boys out there. They're keeping an eye on things.
Yes.
Ain't heard nothing yet.
Not yet, but how many exactly do you have on beat right now?
I got 3 cars out there at the moment, and a 4th already on position over at Giant Shipping.
All right. Well, we also have information that there might be some sort of weapons shipment moving through the city at this time. Probably related to the gang violence, most likely some sort of automatic weaponry.
Ooh, automatic stuff. Can't have that out there. Too many typewriters as it is.
True.
So what's your plan then? What's the Bureau gonna do about this? Are we gonna have to clean up after you? Well,
problem
how
is,
are we tackling it?
Problem is, I don't actually have all the information that other people have.
All right, let's just cover some who, what, wheres then. How about that? All right. So,
oh shit,
you know, who is involved?
So as far as we know, it's between the Miracle Mile and the Labrazios. Oh, also, one thing that I forgot to mention, and he's gonna kind of like look at the bullet hole in his hat. I managed to stumble across a Miracle Mile hideout down in Eastwood. Couldn't exactly get a good look at it.
Like pull out like a little pad and just like write down the address. Yeah. All right, I can share that with the other detectives out there.
There's also a
who are they buying from? Any idea?
Well, no, but they were moving something. I assume it was payment in a locked steel box. I'm currently having one of my associates open it.
That's good.
Soon.
Call them back up. Have them bring in the evidence.
Sure thing. And
so when is this gonna go down?
Well, I had it under information that it was going to happen sometime soon, possibly tonight or tomorrow night. But confiscation of that briefcase might have pushed the event back a couple days.
That's good. We can keep it down, then maybe it won't happen. Problem already solved, right?
Well, let's not get too hasty, Commissioner.
You're right. Let's go on the next one. Where do you think it would happen if it did happen?
Well, he's gonna look down at the. Did Guido hand out information of where you're on, like the bar to everyone?
I think he just gave out the phone number.
Yeah, all I did was I said, "Here's a phone number you can reach me at." I never said where it was or that sort of stuff.
He's gonna take the phone number out of his pocket. It's like, I got a number here. See if an operator can figure out where this phone line goes to. I think it might be a haunt to one of the Labrazios.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But I was mean like this trade-off. It ain't happening at their place if they're the ones getting shot up, right?
Yeah, he's gonna kind of suck his teeth a little bit, and he's like, "Now that I don't know. There
Mm.
might be some sort of, I don't know, manifest in the case. I'll just have to know. I'll just have to figure out when that thing gets opened up."
All right. And of course, we got our why. Obviously, they're getting guns to start a whole bunch of trouble.
A whole bunch
Got
of
a little bit
trouble.
of a gang fight on our hand.
It would seem so.
I'm guessing the fight ain't over prohibition. I hear the syndicate doesn't really fight each other over that. They have it all separated into little districts. So must be some other petty matter.
Shakedowns, protection, probably that sort of thing.
Darn straight. Tell you what, I'm gonna distribute some of this to my investigators. I want you, if you could, go back on the street, ask some more questions, get some more information.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
And if it's going down, you know who to call. We already got some out there, and I'll have a couple of the patrols arranged so they're a little closer to Eastwood as well. Can't leave the whole city off guard just because of one little fight.
Of course, of course. Well, I guess I'll take my leave. Don't work too hard, don't work too hard, Commissioner.
Don't worry, just hardly working here. Says as he
Ah.
gets back to the huge stack next to him. Am I gonna compress this? It's not gonna fit in a single folder.
Oof. All right, so he's going to take his leave, and he's going to see if he can, for one thing, track down one of the seedier speakeasies in Eastwood.
All right, so what do you have to track down seedy speakeasies, and what exactly are you after exactly? Are you
Okay.
looking for the Labrazios, the Miracle Mile?
Looking for areas more associated with the Miracle Mile,
Of
as
course.
as well as places kind of figured out by places frequented by mostly the criminal element. So to help with that, I would have would research be applicable?
Research is more for sort of book learning and such here.
Okay.
Is academic kind of endeavors. If you had a gang registry or something to go over,
Mhm.
that could probably apply.
Well, I've got observation, questioning, gossip, and streetwise.
Well, how about you give me some questioning, and you could definitely throw in some gossip and streetwise.
Okay.
And as for stats, well, you're just asking questions. Go ahead and throw me some mind as well. I'm going to roll an opposition die because they obviously don't want you to necessarily be there. All right, you will need to get higher than a 4.
All right. So questioning. All right.
When they ask you if you're a cop, they go, you say no, and they're like, you're right, cops can't lie about that.
They legally have to tell you they're cops. All right, so that, and then we have
Cops would never do something illegal, that's right.
streetwise, the duality of man, and
All right,
mind.
that's looking real good there. That is already
Alright.
4 successes.
And looks like that's all she wrote.
All right. So high on the street, you know who to ask. A couple of literal street pigeons on the street, hawking the evening edition, are ready to squawk about where people like to go to drink, and you think you've narrowed down on which one the Miracle Mile are going to, because there's a lot of people going in and out there right now.
Oh yeah.
So, what's your plan? I don't have a name for it, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna call it a hole in the wall.
Okay. So he's probably going to make sure he doesn't have any police garb on him. He's gonna make sure you can't see the hole in his hat.
Right, you like
Yeah.
hide your badge inside an inner pocket.
Yeah.
You got a rough outfit. You generally look like you might fit in, as long as you keep the attitude right.
All right. And he's going to go in and he's going to try and gossip with people in a non-confrontational and unsuspicious way, trying to glean any information on where people might be, meeting up and moving stuff around in Eastwood.
All right. So now that you're there, and you want people to spill the beans, people are in fact drinking in this establishment. The dirty liquor, illegal. Are you going to take a drink?
I mean, in all honesty, taking a drink would probably make it seem more like I am also a criminal, so that's what I will do.
Excellent. So you take a drink, and you are going to specifically question them.
Yeah.
I'll have you make the same roll again, and this time they're going to have a full set of opposition dice to try to stop you.
Okay. And oof.
I'm gonna give 2d8 and a d12 because they are also streetwise and understand when they're being run. So it looks like you got a 7 in there, which actually ties with them as the highest.
Okay.
So, do you have anything you would like to try to claim to beat this tie? I guess you did take the drink.
Yes.
So they're not quite as suspicious. A cop would never break the law, right?
True.
And so a couple of them might be ready to spill something, but what exactly are you asking them?
He's saying like, oh yeah, dude, it's been so loud around here lately. You got people moving in and out all over the place. It's just trucks coming around, people shuffling stuff around at 3 a.m. in the morning. Jesus, enough to give a guy a headache. You know what these guys are coming from?
Are just getting more and more dangerous every day. You know, they're calling people Jays just for trying to cross the street.
Yeah,
Can you believe it?
Nah, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. He's gonna take another sip from his gin or whatever he's drinking.
Yeah, I had a cousin, motorists just zoomed straight down the street. I think he was going like 25 miles an hour.
25 miles an hour?
It's insane. No one should go that fast.
Right, people just weren't designed to move that speed. You hit a wall.
Straight. Only
boom.
bullets go that speed.
Crazy. Shakes his head a little bit. Yeah, but I'd really like to, Anyway, those goons making that noise out at night, moving stuff around. I'd kind of like to get a little cut at that. You know what those guys are moving in on? I got some merchandise I may be able to move to them as well.
What, you looking for a job here? Or you got something to sell?
Not a job, some potential customers maybe. I was wondering where business tends to be done around here. I got a nice fine stock that needs to be redistributed, if you catch my meaning.
Well, you ain't here for me, but the person you'd want to talk would be Quickshot Jones. He's the one running all the operations moving in here, you see. But he's clever. He doesn't just do it in some apartment police are gonna rate. Nah, he's made it look nice and official. He's got this place. It's what was it, like Big Shipping or something? Big Crates? It's gotta be it.
Big Shipping?
He's got like a place over there, whole warehouse.
Down by the lake?
Thing.
No one suspects a thing when you're fronting one of those corporate pigs, right?
Exactly. It's got a nice official name looking on it. It even has cops already outside. They figure, hey, people are gonna be trying to steal from the place, not just doing regular business, moving a truck in or out or something.
Oh dear. Of course.
And you can tell, he's really, really drunk.
Oh yes, perfect.
His cheeks are entirely red, and his words are starting to slur a little bit. And he's reaching for another shot.
He's gonna slap him hard on the back. He's like, well, appreciate it, pal.
Yeah, no problem. Tell you what, where can my boss meet you? Where can he contact you? You got some good stuff. Bet he's willing to buy. Oh, I need another shot. And he starts downing it.
Oh, you can hook me up with your boss direct, like?
Oh, yeah, there's a system. I'm just, I ain't in his club exactly. But I know how to reach him. Or someone who can.
What if I supposed I'd paid his boys a visit at his warehouse. Talk to him there. Show I'm already part of the in crowd, huh?
Nah, I don't think they actually hang out in there. I think just business only.
Business only, all right.
But bet if you did, probably go over there. Oh gosh, this drink's hitting me hard. You got any pretzels back there, Marty? Marty, you still there? Hold up, I gotta go check on Marty. And he actually hops the bar now and stumbles straight onto his face.
How big is this guy?
He is about 5 feet tall. He is a small little mouse.
Pick him up by his collar and like put him back on his feet.
Thanks, bud. I need another drink. That'll help me.
Now you tell me what before you get yourself really sauced. Tell me. I would like to speak to your boss. And here, he's gonna scribble down some information for a hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him to meet me there. I got some really good stuff for him.
All right. I'll tell my people. Call your people. All right, after I get something to eat.
Sure thing.
And he stumbles off into the back kitchen.
All right, I'm done here.
All right. Where would you be going next? To set up that hotel room?
Yep.
Hotel room.
And in the meantime, he's going to be contacting the precinct. He's going to be saying, okay, look at all of the warehouses by the docks that currently have a police watch over them, and let them know that at least one is currently housing some sort of illicit front for illicit activities, namely transportation of probably weapons or alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
As well as saying, hey, there might be contact with a middling rank member of the Miracle Mile gang at this hotel. They may or may not be getting stung.
You need any backup on that? Station a couple guys around the block if you want.
That'd be appreciated.
All right. We'll have them on call if anything happens. I'm trying to think if there'd be like a portable radio you could have for dispatch. I don't think they're that far yet. I think they're still backpack level. So, it's just like, just give the signal out a window if you need any help.
This is 1923. They're not even at the backpack level yet.
Yeah. We're still a few years off from that, huh?
It's all carrier pigeon still.
All right. So, to give a signal out the window if you need any help.
Okay.
We'll be ready at your hotel room.
Yes.
And, you got a number for it and everything. Let's go back to the show for a moment. Dante, the crowd is coming back in. They are eager and excited.
Okay.
And it looks like Martin is actually sitting down to stay with his little brother for the time being. It doesn't seem like he wants to leave him, but he does look a little bit antsy.
Huh. That whole send him to the cornfields is the feeling I'm getting in my gut. Twilight Zone reference. Anyway.
But the stage is yours. The act goes on.
Right. What's going to start happening here is as everyone's filling in, and this seems like most of the people have returned and everything. We're going to start setting up the stage for them to see it as the point, as those two strong men are going to come back out, and they're going to put this upright table on one side of the stage, and they're going to put another table on the other side of the stage. And I'm going to be like my back to the crowd, facing them as though it's not part of the act, and like I'm observing what the men are doing. And then when they put those two things down, I'm going to turn back around and say, earlier today, we had rehearsals Because when you're a professional, you rehearse your acts. Now, typically, you rehearse your acts with everybody that is to be there. Now, unfortunately for me, my assistant decided not to be here today, so we did not get to practice all of the acts. So hopefully nothing bad happens. But yeah, you know these things happen. Actually, speaking of that, Zamek, come out here. I want to introduce you to the crowd.
And I come out and I make a grand flourish.
Everybody, greet Zamek. This is my assistant for many years now. He has been working with me ever since my South American tour. Big round of applause. You know, I give the little dramatic slow hand clap so encourage the crowd. Crickets.
Oh, I'm sorry, was that my cue or something?
Hey, the crowd is your reaction, man. I don't...
I'm just trying to follow a whole bunch of stuff at once and take a look at my notes while you're performing.
That's fine. Okay, I can deal with that. I can do the crowd, too.
Yeah, give the crowd a little personality, it's fine.
Right, I just didn't want to... Okay. I mean, I didn't want to... Whatever. I keep going. Crowd reacts with the applause you would imagine from the crowd, then.
Polite applause.
Right. And then I gesture back towards the table. Zamek, if you would, take your position on the table.
And I walk over and rather nervously stand on the table. Oh wait, yeah.
It's the vertical type, that lean back sort of. So you stand and you just lean back against the table. Yeah.
Yeah, I lay it on the table.
And of course, this table has straps where arms would hang and where legs would be. And of course, one around where the neck would be, because why not, right? And as you lean back on the table, I will walk up to the table, speaking loudly so that the audience can hear me. Now, it is very important that your assistant always knows what's most important, this case being the rehearsal. You see, if anything goes wrong, and at this point I'm probably locking where your arms are so you can't move your hands.
And I'm rather like following your hand motions as you're strapping me down.
If anything were to happen during a rehearsal, it's the magician's life that's put at risk, or an assistant, or an audience member, because who knows? You saw the first act. What if something had gone wrong? I mean, who knows if my guardian angel would happen to show up or not? We can't put these things at risk, and now I'm, strapping your legs in.
Like nodding along, going like, yeah, that's right, wow, that was a really incredible trick, wasn't it? Must have just been Providence.
Strapping his legs in so that he can't move his feet anymore. Now then, it's very important, and any of your parents in the crowd probably know this, to discipline your children when they do something wrong. And that's when I strap the neck in.
Like all uniformly turns to their children and give them stern looks.
And at the sound of the word child, like children, you see me like snap up, and I do kind of like a little hiss at you.
Right. And at that, I probably take a step back, look at you sternly, and waggle a finger in your direction. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. And I'm going to walk across the stage, very slowly and deliberately, towards the table. I look down at the table. I notice that there's nothing on the table. I shake my head. The effects of not rehearsing! And then I will look off to the wings, and the two strong men will come out. One from one side, who will put a box on the table, and another one on the other side, who will bring out one, those full round curtain rods for like middle of the room shower sort of things. You will deposit one of those over top of where the table is, and I will look at that strong man and say, good thinking. This could be a very gruesome sight, and there are children in the audience. And as I'm saying this could be a very gruesome sight, I open the box and display to the audience that it is full of knives.
The entire audience uniformly gasps. Martin seems a little unimpressed.
Okay, and at the side of the knives, you see my eyes kind of, narrow down, kind of cat-like, kind of narrowing, and I go, the spirits of my ancestor will never cause me to come to harm.
I've moved my hand to waggle a finger at you again, and then I tap that. I bring that hand back to my my face, and I tap my lips for a second. This is very gruesome. Maybe we should give a little bit of cover so that the children are not affected by what they see, no? And I want to slowly cross the distance to the stage. I'm going to grab the curtain from around the curtain rod and begin to wrap it around the table so what's inside cannot be seen.
And as he closes, are you going to close the curtain?
Well, yeah, it'll close.
As you close the curtain, I say, beware what hides in the shadows.
And then
The audience is all muttering between themselves. Who is this Zamek? Why is he so mysterious? Maybe even more mysterious than Dante.
And then as the curtain closes over the two of us, it opens up again, and I'm switched spots with Dante, and I'm standing in front of him. And now he's all buckled up inside the vertical table.
Pointedly, almost instantaneously, like you would not have seen a hand change on the curtains at all.
Yeah.
Just instantly, Zamek is out of the locks, and I am in the locks.
And with that, I make another flourish, and I kind of like pirouette a little bit further away, and I go, behold, my true power is revealed. He goes, far too long have I been standing underneath your thumb. He goes, I yearn to be free. I yearn to channel the spirits of my ancestors like my people of old and break free from this bondage. And I go, and I shall prove to you that I am the superior magician. And I walk over to the table. And inside the box, I pull out a blindfold, and I go, there's a legend in my village of a man who could shoot any target, day or night, blindfolded. It was said one time, he shot in the rain and killed a tiger or puma. He goes, I wonder if I have that power. He goes, and I go to the crowd, like, would you like to see my greatest achievement? And with that, I start to wrap the blindfold around my head. So now I'm just completely blind. And
as he's wrapping the blindfold around his head, I'm also visibly starting to use my claws to try and undo the locks that are around my wrists. I think pointedly I forgot to mention the wraps around the hands, the wrist, the neck. They all have like chain locks on them.
And so, yeah, you see me fumbling about the table now that I'm blindfolded, and I'm like kind of reaching out and grabbing a knife. And then you see me sitting there holding it and kind of like judging its balance. And then I put it to the side, and then I grab another one. And you see me I'm just making this whole show of like trying to pick the right knife.
Indeed, and the tension rises among the crowd. Is he going to do it? No, the native, he's gone crazy.
And so, finally, I guess I have to judge when the right time is. I seem like I finally found one, and I just go, ah, and I turn, and I still like, seems like I'm blind, so I'm kind of just like shuffling over around to the general direction where I was facing Dante, and now I'm making this whole thing about carefully lining up the knife to where I roughly think Dante would be. And he goes, fear not, great master. He goes, for I will break you free from these bondage by throwing these knives and showing you my true power.
And I imagine you throw one knife, and that's the same instant that I get my hand out of one of the locks, and the knife hits right where my hand was, like impaling the restraint. Had my hand been there a second earlier, I would have been, what, a fourth crucified?
And I go, ha ha! And I go and I reach down again, and I'm grabbing the reaching again, and I'm trying to feel for another knife. And once again, I'm kind of like judging it, balance, and all that. And like I do a quicker job this time, and I turn around again, and I pretend to line it up like I'm doing some sort of like mystical sensing thing, and then I just chuck another one at Dante.
And because now I have an extra hand free, I'm able to get my other hand out of its restraint at that exact moment as well. Every knife throw is like a millisecond away from being impaled.
And the two workmen look visibly concerned now. Like every time I throw a knife, they're all just like, "Holy shit!" And so we do one for every lock that was originally on the table.
Right, except that
At
I
this point,
seem...
the kids are gasping and the mothers are putting their hands over the children's eyes.
Except that I seem to be having a problem with the final lock. Like, I've gotten the one off the neck done, so that the one that almost struck me in the face goes right below me because I duck under it to go down to the locks of my feet. Except that I'm having a hard time with the last lock, and it looks like, I guess, Zamek is messing around because this is where he decides to try and throw one backwards over his shoulder.
Yeah. And finally, I'm like, and for my final trick, I will attempt to do it backwards, blindfolded. Get ready for this grand finale. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I just throw the knife behind me.
And of course, I get out of the lock the same instant. I roll off the table, and this time, instead of hitting where the leg would have been, it goes right for center mass, where I would have been struck in the chest by a knife had I not rolled off the table in that instant.
And as you roll to a completion, the crowd will begin to clap at your performance. Give me another one of those performance rolls with all the dice. Did anyone spot anything? Did you actually get nicked? Let's find out. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not the slightest bit of injury, not the tiniest bit of giveaway, and 2 wonderful applause. Especially as the children pull the hands off of their eyes and witness your true marvel.
And with that, I also give out a flourish, and me and Dante do a bow on the stage collectively.
Yep.
And the crowd adjourns for another short break to stretch their legs for the last and final act coming up. Timothy, of course, will rush back up on stage just to see his favorite magician. That was amazing! And you, Zamek, how'd you throw them like that? Can you show me?
He goes, maybe.
Wow. Would it be like this? And he starts like trying to reach for a knife, and Martin just quietly puts an arm in front of him and holds him back.
Zamek, close that box. What are you doing?
Pretty clever right there.
I quietly put all the knives away and pick up the box.
It's not any actual locks on those straps, are there?
A magician never reveals his tricks.
Say, who's asking that?
Martin.
Okay.
I didn't think I saw anything. You just strapped him in, right?
Ah, but you see. And I will grab the one of the locks that I unlatched from the table, and I will just toss it over to Martin.
Yeah. He'll take it, he'll like wiggle a little bit until he like snaps it back together and tries pulling it apart and wiggling it a bit. And he tries poking at the keyhole a little bit too. It's like, huh, that did actually come out, huh? It's a real deal.
It's an actual lock. Keep
I
it.
think,
It's yours. A momentum of the night. A memento, in fact.
We're trying to open a box tonight that had a lock. You think maybe they're still having trouble with it? I should call the girl, see if she's made any progress. I shouldn't be here. And he just sort of looks down at Timothy and just sort of gives a sigh.
Well, like I said, let us take care of little Timothy for you, and you go out and handle whatever you need to handle. Like I said, I kind of feel Timothy's a special child, and I'd like to get to know him more.
Yeah,
And,
hear that? I'm special, and they like me. And he just like hugs up to Zamek's leg. And
I
it's
go,
clear he's like teasing his brother. He just goes, all right, I see where I'm not one then. Yeah, he
and that,
seems to be in good hands.
and he goes, and as for the other thing, if you need any help, definitely let us know. Our services are, of course, at your disposal.
Well, if I got anything for you, I'll try to give you a call up, okay? I'm gonna go back out and ask a couple questions. I think I could get somewhere.
Well, good luck for the night, and
Yeah, I
your
hope your
brothers
final
and
act goes great. And
well,
Martin will wander back out to the streets.
and as he says, the proper word to say is break a leg.
Yeah, that too, right? And he's out of there.
And I look down at Timothy and I go, "All right, kid, let's go take a spot up and let's see the grand finale, and then we'll go get something to eat. What do you say?"
Yeah, that sounds great. You can show me how to throw knives once we get a few more when we go out to eat.
I was honestly hoping that the scene transition was going to be, hey, Timothy, want to see a gun?
But along a similar line, I'm like, sure, I can show you a trick or two. Just don't tell my my boss or your brother anything, okay?
Wow.
Or my parole officer.
Yes, indeed. And we will transition back over to Knuckles for a little bit. You're still patiently awaiting the night, aren't you?
Yep, and it's getting annoying that these jerks are being so slow about stuff.
Indeed, and it's still only about 7 to 8 o'clock right now. They haven't come for your life yet. How dare they? A couple of the boys have actually pulled out some cards, but another one comes back in and goes, "Oh, boss, you get a load of this.
What
See,
you got?
I just heard some gunshots a couple blocks down, and I happened to be in the area to see it go down. Turns out some of the Miracle Mile guys actually started breaking into a couple places. Looked like they were trying to get in and out real fast. Saw the coppers on them. I think they had their tail for a bit. Don't think they got away with too much, though. You should have seen their faces, though. It was hilarious.
What
They
kind of
were,
place they've been breaking in?
a couple of the shops around the way. You know, like the little stop at the corner that has like all the apples.
Hmm.
Maybe you don't go there. Yeah, all of us boys do. And all four of like the goats surrounding you just like nod in like perfect agreement.
I'm getting tired of waiting on these boys. Maybe we need to rifle them up a little bit.
Well, they gotta be up to something, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't be doing something this big with this many coppers out there if it weren't important.
No. Problem is, I hate being in the dark about what's not going on out there. Think either anybody can sneak up on those two that are out there.
Sneak
Okay.
up? I don't know. I can definitely spook them.
I'm thinking about grabbing one and maybe do a little bit of vigorous questioning, if you know what I mean.
Alright, boss. If you want to get nice and close, we'll do the distraction, and you get him from behind. How about
All
that?
right. We can do that.
Alright. Martin's on the streets, and you set up with your boys. A couple of them are across the street. Just kind of biding their time.
Yeah.
They are waiting for a signal for most of them to step out. However, you are going to try to do something. What are you going to try to do?
I'm basically going to go about a block down and then cut or a couple blocks down and cut across so that I'm not kind of coming up them from on their blind side.
Okay.
And
You go ahead and take the back entrance out of the bar.
yeah,
Just so that they don't spot you leaving.
exactly. And then just move down a couple blocks and then cross and then come back over. And I'm
Alright.
basically going to try and sneak up on them. And I gave the boys about a time frame. Say, hey, give me 10 minutes or whatever. Then start making some noise.
Alright, so since you're trying to sneak up on them from a plan in their blind side, I'm gonna give you, how about mind evasion to try to properly sneak up on them?
Well, that should be fun.
And you know what? Since you got a plan with your boys, how about tactics?
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take anything I can do. So that gives me 3d6 rather than the 1d6. Hey, I got a success.
All right, a success. Let's see if they see it coming. How good are they at spotting people? Not too good, but they do have 1 die to it. So
All right,
they ain't good enough.
good.
So you manage to sneak up right behind them. And of course, as you get there, ready to rough them up, your boys start stepping out across the street and start indicating they are ready to go. And I'm going to roll them a presence check to see how well they do real quick.
All right.
All right, so your boys are very scary, by the way. They, in fact, have 46 to try to scare them.
Take
This
after
can
their
be
boss.
Mind, body, presence. Do they have a presence die? They sure do. So they're rolling 3d6 in opposition. And in fact, with you, they start backing up away from your boys, and one of them backs straight up into your chest.
I'm gonna
And
take
he
advantage.
looks up with sort of a look of absolute terror.
I'm gonna take advantage of my giant size to basically grab both their heads and slam them together.
Oh! And you have one in each arm.
Exactly. So I need to roll anything for that?
No, I'm going to give it to you. They are utterly surrounded and are not willing to be injured any further.
Boys, let's go have a talk. And I physically drag him into the bar.
All right, you drag on the bar. They are yours. What are you going to do with them as your gang starts jeering at them a little bit?
Well, seeing as they're already frightened, I don't want to go too far. I don't want to frighten them to the point they are not able to answer. So I'm not going to go anything too intimidating just yet. We basically tie him down to a couple of chairs in there. And it's like, all right, we know something's going on with your guys here. Tell you what, you give us the scoop on it all, where it's all going down, what's happening. We'll put you in a nice, safe place and let you out when it's all over. Not even another bruise on your bodies.
We don't know nothing though. We just got our orders. Come out here, man. Come on, you just let us go. Just we ain't done nothing to you yet. Yeah, we ain't
No.
done nothing to you yet.
You're right. You guys haven't done anything to me. That's why I'm willing to, if you give me the info, I'm willing to just be nice, tie you up, and toss you in our room. Otherwise, and I make fists and start cracking my knuckles, you learn why I got the name Knuckles. And it ain't just because I can do this.
Alright, so you are basically offering to not hurt them in exchange for information. This is a presence roll if I ever saw one.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, you could probably go ahead and roll dice for a scare stunt if you wanted to. I think that was probably correct.
Yeah.
Mind,
So that was,
body, will, and presence.
so D8, D6.
And of course, these poor boys just have a few dice
Two.
to resist with.
8 plus 3d6. And plus d8 for my giant size?
Yeah, you are a big, scary guy. Give it a go.
Mhm.
You're making a convincing case that you can, in fact, hurt them. And the 7 outclasses them entirely. I'll roll opposition to see how far you get. Higher than a 4, so that is 2 successes in. So, all right. We were just told to come watch you. Said he heard some stuff out on the street. How you been drinking? It's, clearly you've been you don't have any problem or anything like that. It seems. I mean, clearly we got that established now. You're a clearly upstanding kind of individual, you see. But boss was worried because he's got a deal going down tonight.
I've heard a little bit about that deal. You got any idea where that deal is going down or when?
I don't know. I just go where the boss tells us to.
Is it going down in this area at least?
Yeah. I think you got something going down the district. Yeah. I hear you doing that at midnight.
Midnight. All right.
Yeah, got some kind of truck coming in.
Truck at midnight, coming into the district at midnight. All right. Anything else you want to volunteer? You know, kind of make yourself look good and useful.
That's all I know. Come on, man. We told you everything. Just let us go. Come on, please.
Not gonna let you go. Can't let you do that. But I'll keep my promise. They get tied up and tossed into the storeroom, basically.
Oof. All right, so they are in the storeroom. I'm gonna go ahead and put a X over them to indicate that they are out of it for the time being. And as they get there in the storeroom, one of them squeaks at you. It's like, come on, man, at least give me a drink if you're gonna do this.
They're gagged, that way they can't be heard. I'm a gorilla of my word. I promised I wouldn't hurt them. I'll let them out. I'll let them out in the morning when everything's done.
And of course, all the boys have a nice little chuckle over it.
All right, so we're looking for a truck coming into the district for some sort of deal at midnight. Let's get out there, see what we can find.
All right, boss. Couple of us go with you. Rest of us will split up.
Yep.
All right, so you are now out on the streets.
Mhm.
Just gonna put you all together, and then we got this guy and this guy. Got a whole bunch of different teams going on. Francis, you are at your hotel room. And you hear a knocking at the door. Wait, did you give them a number for it, or the,
I believe it was the number.
Okay, so you get a call first. That makes sense.
All right, let's pick up.
All right. And you hear a voice on the other end. Hey, who's this?
Well, it's just a little somebody who might have something you fellas might want.
All right. How about a couple hints of what you're dropping here?
Well, I heard that you fellas had a bit of a problem with the Labrazios. Problem that might need solved. And I'm selling something that you might want to help solve this problem on the cheap.
On the cheap, huh? How much you charging?
Okay, so I don't know how much money Dad's spending there. Okay. What would
If
be
you want to just buy like a shotgun straight up, it'd be like $20.
okay?
That'd be for, a short sort of holdout kind of deal.
Yeah. I'm talking 60 pieces, 18 a pop in bulk.
He gives like a low whistle. I don't know how a man like you carries around that much cargo without getting caught.
Let's just say my position gives me a lot of friends in the fishing industry.
Afraid to tell you though, I'm a little short on cash tonight.
Really?
Hey, if you got any, if you're willing to take out a loan, maybe I can buy something off of you later too, when I come pay it back.
Sure. Just in case just so you don't get any cold feet, I could give you a little bit of a demonstration, give you a bit of a sample of the product.
Oh man, samples all day here. But you know what? It's good timing. Tell you what. I want you to go at midnight over to Giant Shipping, warehouse number 4. Doorman should let you in, but who should I say is coming?
Well, tell me he's looking for a big gator. About I don't know how tall it is. Like this guy's got body 8, so he's probably like 6'4".
Right.
Big and 6'4". Kind of well. He's gonna look down at his rough outfit. Conservatively dressed.
Conservatively, huh? Tell you what, I'll tell the doorman to keep an eye out for you. Place is normally locked, but he'll let you in.
All right.
I'll see
be
you there
there.
tonight, and if you got the money, maybe we could get some more deals going in.
Sure thing. Okay.
All right, and he hangs up.
So I'm definitely going to want to leave the hotel room and flag down the 2 cops.
Right, you put the signal out the window, and they meet you downstairs in the lobby if you want.
Okay. So I'm going to relay to them, and hopefully, if there's a police call box nearby, relay it to Central that there is going to be some sort of deal going down at the giant shipping company at midnight in Warehouse 4, but I need to go in there alone. But I got a plan to help. And that we should probably be ready for some sort of raid to happen there at midnight.
We'll take word back to the chief. I bet he could set up something real quick like.
True. But they're expecting me to be carrying in some sort of product, if you catch my meaning. I could use a suitcase with a little something inside. Maybe.
Well, we got some evidence back at the precinct. I bet we could probably use some of the stuff ain't need to be used anymore. Repurpose it, if you know what I mean.
True. Also, if you guys want to go in a bit louder, might be able to hold in something there that's got a bit more punch, if you get my drift.
Oh, if we're gonna do a whole raid, we're bringing the shotguns today.
All right. That's what I like to hear. Now, maybe one of those shotguns could find its way into my bag I'll be carrying in, so I can have a bit of defense, seeing as you guys won't be coming in with me.
Well, I'm afraid you're not actually part of the district. We can't just be handing out weaponry from our armory willy-nilly like that, you see.
I see.
But I'll put in the good word for you. Maybe you can pick something out of your case since you give a demonstration. Finger quotes.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
All right. So, you will wait a little bit, and eventually someone will come by to drop off a suitcase for you, which has a handful of pistols, a couple of boxes of ammunition, and a shotgun disassembled.
Nice.
Let me go ahead and take a look at our choice of shotguns, because you got a couple we could get here.
I think it's like 2.
No, that's attack methods. Here we go. Firearms. We got. All right. They in fact will put in a holdout shotgun.
Okay.
I assume you're looking at the stats, so I won't quote them off at you.
Oh, I'm not looking at the stats.
Oh, okay.
I see. It's
Is burst close, which would mean that when you fire it, you will hit everyone close by that you want to.
nice.
So within that range, and close was, yeah, within 1 meter.
Okay, so you gotta get it right up in there. Very cool.
Or within of your target, I think is how it works.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
And about this time, Claudia, you are starting to wind up. It's still the evening. You could get some sleep and such, but you get a call to your room.
Well, I'm busy sitting in my armchair, staring out the window, going, "Criminals are cowardly. Criminals are cowardly. Superstitious lot. Bring ah! That's it. I must become a phone." Then I'll answer the phone.
All right, you pick up and you hear Martin on the other side. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, that's right. You would have called me on the black phone, because that's what's on the card.
That's right.
Yes.
Miss Black.
Mr. Riddles. It's very late. How can I help you?
Well, I found out some new information. I figured out where they were, where the deal's gonna go down. Apparently over at my workplace.
Which is where?
Giant Shipping. It's down on the corner near the tracks. I shook up one of the boys who was out on his lonesome.
I'll write down the address.
Place is locked up though, but I got a key. I work there after all.
Yeah.
You wanna come with me? I think
You
we can put a
probably
stop to all
shouldn't.
this.
Mr. Riddles, you'll have to excuse me for asking, but why would you get involved in all this? You're the sole means of support for your younger brother. you could just walk away from all of this.
I figure I started this, I should probably end it. It's not good for the neighborhood. I'm an
not your-
anarchist. I can't just let people down like this. Can't
It's
let
not your
gangsters run
fight.
my neighborhood.
What about this poor kid when you get yourself iced by a bunch of gang members?
Well, I mean, if I got you on my, watching my back, should be easy, right? We gotta get these guns off the street. Besides, I don't have to get too close to them.
While he's talking, I'm going to go ahead and get out a map of the city. Look up the address that he's talking about, and I'll find a clandestine location that's nearby that I can meet him at.
Oh, I already got one for you. It's right down the block. I know the
Excellent.
place. We'll meet there closer to midnight. I'm gonna take a nap. And
Just
by the way,
so, Mr. Riddles.
thanks again for indulging me.
Then I guess I'll hang up. I'm so rich, I have 2 phones.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, we have our plans for now. Claudia, you are going to set up for the night, I assume? Or take a nap?
Yeah, this is the montage where I have to gear up. It's like, well, I can't let, I don't want to put my family's fortune at risk, not to mention all the millions of people who work in my various business holdings. As a plutocrat, I have my responsibility to everyone,
Absolutely.
especially the invincible stock market, which will never, ever crash.
Alright, I'm gonna go
So-
ahead and,
I'll go through my wardrobe and find the blackest things to put on.
I'm gonna go ahead and put you here with Martin to indicate that you're gonna be grouping up with him later. Francis, you are going through the front door, so I'm gonna call you the police sting. So when the time comes, you will be heading out there, I assume. Is there any other
Yes.
preparation you're thinking of right now?
Well, I got my piece on me. I got all the weapons in the case, and the cops are going to be outside, or at least nearby. Is there
Indeed.
any? I assume they're gonna. Oh shit. I assume they're gonna come in if they hear shooting, but there's got to be a better way than that. I actually don't know because there's no radio or anything. You know what? If those guys are coming when they start shooting, fuck it. Or
We got you, sir. That'll be the signal.
Yeah, it's
Trouble
like
starts, we'll put a stop to it.
like either that or within like half an hour, whichever
Take
comes
a coffee
first.
break once we hear shooting. We got it. We understand.
No.
But yeah, within half an hour of you getting there and nothing happening, or if there's a shootout.
Yes.
So the police sting is set up. Knuckles, what were you doing next here? I've lost my track on you for a second.
We
You
were,
were watching for the truck, and you're going to be waiting to see if it appears.
yeah, because we don't know where it's going or where it's coming from. So we're having to try and scope it out, try and get some more word about it, see if we can figure it out, if we can catch it coming in, or at least figure out where it's expected.
All right, so you have multiple groups helping you out. You can have a D8 assist bonus to a mind observation roll to try to make sure that you catch any sort of trucks coming in that might be going around.
Can I do add streetwise? This is clandestine operation.
Absolutely.
and that rolled the 1. Go freaking figure.
But you rolled the 8 as well, and the
Yeah.
6. So it's all good for you. When the time comes later in the evening, you will in fact spot a truck menacing slowly down the street over towards Giant Shipping.
Well, then I send one of the boys with me back to go gather the rest of them, and we'll make our way towards giant shipping.
Okay, so you guys will be heading down there on the streets. And wrapping back around to Dante, your show is wrapping up. You have one more trick, and